this is Amanda from the Fundamental Home and Frugal Family Food, and today we are doing part 4 of meal planning for beginners, and I'm just going over a few things to help you get started meal planning to help your families eat well on a budget. In part 1, we talked about making a menu, just like a restaurant has a menu of all the different things that you can choose from before you actually eat. You're going to make a list of all the different meals that you can make, and then you're going to choose from those to make a list on your meal plan. Okay. Part 2, we talked about building a pantry list. And basically you're going to take all of those meals from your menu, look at all the ingredients, and make a list of the things that you need to keep on hand in your pantry, and that's going to help you grocery shop better and in turn get your meal plan going from your pantry rather from your shopping, and then you can save the most money. So then part 3, we talked about using that pantry strategically, considering the timing of things, when they're going bad, when you have a lot of them, whatever the abundance is, your family's favorites. You need to use your pantry strategically to make your meal plan so that you can make the most of what you have. This is how we're going to save the most money. So today we're going to talk about the next part of meal planning, and that is your calendar. Guys, if you are going to make a meal plan, you need a calendar. I highly recommend you print a calendar a month at a time. We have a calendar printout over at frugalfamilyfood.com on the resources page. Go get yourself a copy of that calendar, and then you can fill it in. And as you fill it in, you don't have to fill in all your meal plan for the month, but you want to look at your month at a glance, because you're going to have to consider all the things that are happening that month and maybe even the next month in order to make your meal plan for the current week or 2 weeks or however long you make it. Your calendar is so important, because if you're going to fail on your meal planning, it is going to be because you forget what's coming up on your schedule. It has happened to me so many times, and usually it's because the kids forget to tell me something. But if I know something in advance, then it's on me, okay? I need to make sure it's written on the calendar and we're prepared. So you want to actually sit down with that month-long calendar and write down all of the different activities that are coming up for church, for school, for your family, things that are regularly scheduled and special events. Make sure you have it all written on the calendar and everything is considered. You also want to write down people's schedules if they have a work schedule that changes, because sometimes that interferes with how you plan your meal. The second thing I want you to do is when you look at that calendar and you look at what's coming up for the month, I want you to consider where you can fit in opportunities to make bigger meals. For instance, you could do some double batch cooking, you could do some freezer meals, you could do some meal prep, you could do some crock pot meals. Whatever it is, you need to try to figure out on your calendar, because we all have busy times where we're not going to be able to cook. And in order to be successful with our meal plan, we need to have things already pre-prepared. Everybody needs it. So make sure you're working time into your schedule and putting it on there. Whenever we have a low spend month challenge, which we're currently having, by the way, we usually put in special dates in the calendar for double batch cooking, for leftover makeovers, for freezer meals, all of those different things, because we know they're like the cornerstone of our low spend month and making sure we're saving money. So make sure you're putting that on your calendar so you can make the most of it. Finally, another reason you can look at your calendar is you can look back at all the things that you've been making. If you keep your calendars in that binder, remember in video number 1, we talked about getting a binder and putting your menu in there and having a different section for all of the different meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and making sure you're keeping track of your menu that way. And then having a little space for your pantry, then having a little space for your family favorites and all of the details that you need to keep track of. You want to make sure you put your calendars in that binder too. And then you can go back and look over the calendars and look at the meals that you've been maybe making a lot of, things that maybe you've forgotten to make for a while. And that's going to keep your menu plan interesting and exciting, so your family's not going to get bored. Because again, one of the things that's most dangerous to you and your meal plan is if your family is not supportive. If they are complaining and whining about it, it's totally going to fall apart, because you're not going to want to hear it. So you need to make sure that you're keeping track of it. Know the things that you've already made, things that you need to make, things that you haven't made in a while, and you're going to do that just by keeping track. One binder. So easy, so cheap. You can do that. So for week 4, that's our task. We've made the menu plan, made the pantry list, we've talked to our families and considered what we already have on hand with the timing and abundance. Now we're going to look at our calendar and consider what's on the schedule. And finally, next week, we're going to talk about the actual menu planning. You're right. There's a lot of things that come before it, but you need to have all those things ready so you can set yourself up for success. So come back next week and we're going to talk about actual menu planning, when you actually sit down with a pen and a piece of paper and make yourself a menu plan. So come back next week and we'll talk about actually making that meal plan and some things that you can do to make sure it's super successful when you do it. Okay? We'll see you then. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye!